Hola, buenos dias a todos. Hello, good morning again to everyone. This is Julio, your Spanish teacher for this Spanish language conversational course. Now, let's talk about Spanish questioning. But before we proceed, we have noticed that from the previous parts, we are focused more on grammar and vocabularies. The reason why is that we can't have a real and authentic conversation unless we master the basic foundations of Spanish language, particularly common vocabularies and basic grammar rules. And we can even start watching any beginner stories without enough inputs. But after this part, since we've tackled a lot of things regarding these basics that I am saying, I encourage you to gradually start watching short Spanish movies to immerse ourselves. And we'll put the links of the resources below. So after this, you can start immersing yourself. Okay? Now, on this part, we'll also tackle real conversation, introducing yourself as and answer questions, then customer service interaction. And I will just read through it in full Spanish with a accurate and correct pronunciation. And as we can see here, these are also the question words we have discussed from the first parts. And we'll just use this in an actual context or situation so we can really know the flexibility of this. So what or which, we have que is different from cual or cuales. We'll define their difference later on. So que, who or whom, that's quién or quiénes. Where, donde. When, cuándo. How, cómo. Why, por qué. So here, the porque is different from because of or for the reason of. That is a little identical when it comes to spelling, but the difference here is the accent mark, and there's a space between por and que. Okay? So it is how to recognize the difference of a word that sometimes has the same meaning with other words. And again, be careful and be reminded of the accent marks all the time on every words that we are studying. That is why on the previous parts, even in quizzes, I always put the instruction that we must be careful with our answers, providing the right punctuations, capitalization, and also accent mark. Because one accent mark could lead to a wrong answer, particularly if we're planning to take a written test in the future like DELE or CIELE. So on this course, it's better to be used or accustomed with this type of accent recognition. And then we have how much or how many. Cuánto for masculine singular, cuánta for singular feminine, cuántos for plural masculine, and cuántas for plural feminine. Which and what, cuál or cuáles. Their difference to que is cuál or cuáles is used to select from a limited set of options. So most of the time, it is referring to a specific particular object, or it's like there's an option and you need to choose. Okay, so this is where cual is being used, while que is generally used for general questions or general description of something. Then we have examples how to use this in a real sentence. What is this? ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto? Which book do you prefer? ¿Qué libro prefieres? And this sentence construction we can also apply, or we can take note of this as we can plug in phrases or different nouns we want to ask. Let's say you want to ask someone about which place do you prefer. Place in Espanol is lugar. Places is lugares. So you can say, ¿qué lugar prefieres? Which place do you prefer? ¿Qué lugar prefieres? Or another example, you want to ask someone about which movie do you prefer? Movie in Espanol is película. Movies is películas. ¿Qué película prefieres? ¿Qué película prefieres? So this is how we plug in words on this kind of sentences. Okay, so take note of that. And then, who is it? ¿Quién es? ¿Quién es? Whom did you see? Whom did you see? ¿A quién viste? ¿A quién viste? And remember, with the question sentences, your tone must be rising, or something like you're really asking a question. There's some change of tone. Don't just say, whom did you see? That you're just having statement. Okay, you must also have a rising tone, like whom did you see, or a quién viste, or quiénes son ellos. Quiénes son ellos, which means who are they. Quiénes son ellos. Where is the bathroom? ¿Dónde está el baño? And this sentence construction, we also encountered this from the previous parts, and it is also useful if we're asking the location or the exact place of some noun. Let's say you want to ask the train station because you're lost in Spain. So train station is la estación de tren. So you can say, ¿dónde está la estación de tren? To make it more polite, you can add disculpe, which means excuse me or I'm sorry. So you can say, disculpe, ¿dónde está la estación de tren? Disculpe, ¿dónde está la estación de tren? Okay, so where is, then you can add any nouns, places, things, or whatever you're finding. Okay, and then we have our where are you from? De dónde eres? De dónde eres? It's different from dónde vives. When someone asks you, or you're the one to ask and use this kind of sentence, you're referring to the place of origin of someone, or the place where they are living for a long period of time. Let's say, I'm from the Philippines, and I'm now here in Spain as a language assistant, for example, or as a IT professional. So someone asks me, ¿de dónde eres? I will not say, soy España, because I'm just staying in Spain for just a short period of time. So I can say, or the correct way to answer is, soy Las Filipinas. Soy de Las Filipinas. Okay, I'm sorry for that. I forgot to put de. De is from. Soy de Las Filipinas. I'm from the Philippines. But if someone asks you, ¿dónde vives? You can say, vivo en la España, or ¿dónde vivo en la ciudad de Barcelona, España? Okay? I hope you get that. And then additional examples. When is your birthday? ¿Cuándo es tu cumpleaños? That's for informal. ¿Cuándo es su cumpleaños? That's formal. How are you? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo está usted? They are the same. The way of asking is just formal and informal. How do you say? Then you can add any words or phrases that you want to be translated by your Spanish friend. Let's say you don't know how to say good morning in Espanol. So you can say, ¿Cómo se dice good morning in Espanol? They will respond, es buenos dias. It's good morning. Or let's say you don't know how to say good day. So that's buen dia. ¿Cómo se dice buen día? Or ¿cómo se dice good day in Espanol? Okay? So you can also take note of that sentence construction. We also have why are you sad? Porque estás triste? Porque estás triste? Why are you happy? Porque estás feliz? Porque estás feliz? We can use this on expression or feelings when we're asking. ¿Cuánto cuesta? How much does it cost? ¿Cuánto cuesta? How much milk do you want? ¿Cuánto leche quieres? ¿Cuánta leche quieres? How old are you? How old are you? ¿Cuántos años tienes? ¿Cuántos años tienes? How many people are there? ¿Cuántas personas hay? ¿Cuántas personas hay? Entonces, what is your name? ¿Cuál es tu nombre? That's informal. ¿Cuál es su nombre? That's formal. And I advise you to always be accustomed using formal since you're just beginner, as it's just easy for us later on to transition on using informal once we along the way we grasp how the Spanish language works. But again, I advise you to just be accustomed using formal all the time. Then last, we have, which are your favorite colors? ¿Cuáles son tus colores favoritos? That's informal. To make it formal, ¿cuáles son sus colores favoritos? Okay, now let's have the real conversation, and I will just read through it in full Spanish. So introducing yourself, ask and answer questions. Buen día, señor, señora. ¿Cómo se llamas? ¿O cuál es su nombre? Mi nombre es Julio. ¿Y usted? Mucho gusto, Julio. ¿De dónde eres? Soy de las Filipinas. ¿Cuántos años tienes? Tengo 36 años. O tengo 39 años. ¿Cuándo es su cumpleaños? Hoy es mi cumpleaños, el 21 de mayo de 1997. ¡Feliz cumpleaños, Julio! ¿Cuántos hermanos y hermanas tienes en su familia? Tengo 2 hermanos mayores y 3 hermanas menores. ¿Cuál es su trabajo? Trabajo como ingeniero en una empresa industrial. O soy médico. ¿Qué estudiaste? Tengo un licenciado en ciencias industrial. Okay, so you can add any course you have on this construction. ¿Cuánto tiempo llevas aquí? Ya llevo 5 años aquí. Me alegra oír eso de ti. ¿Cuál es su pasatiempo? Me gusta viajar y hacer deporte. ¿Qué lugares visitaste antes? Visité España y Nueva Zelanda. ¡Guau! Eso es increíble. ¿Cuál es su meta personal? Mis metas personales con crecimiento financiero y personal. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué pasa? Estoy bien. Estoy estudiando. ¿Qué estudias, señor? ¿Me puedes contar? Sí, claro, no hay problema. Estudio el idioma español. Gracias por compartir. Adiós. Hasta luego. Now let's talk about customer service situation, dialogue. Hola, buenos días. Soy Julio de el centro de llamada. ¿En qué puedo ayudarle? Necesito ayuda con algo. Para verificar su identificación, ¿me podría proporcionar su nombre Eso número, por favor? Sí, un momento, por favor. Entiendo. ¿Me podrías dar más detalles, por favor? Sí, tengo un problema con mi cuenta estos días pasados. Lo siento mucho. Por favor, espere un momento mientras accedo a su cuenta y la reviso para poder ayudarle. ¿Hay algo más en que pueda ayudarle? Nada. Gracias de nuevo. Si no hay nada más en que puedo ayudarle, gracias por llamar a el centro de llamada. Soy Julio. Que tenga un buen día. Alright, so that's all. I hope you learned something from it. You can rewatch and take down the useful question phrases and use it on your own language or on your own learning. Now, for this part, we have activities and homework. Find a partner or just make your own dialogue where you can practice both lines, the one who is asking and the one who is being asked. Record a video for the speaking practice, then provide two situations, or you can use this given situation. So that's all. Muchas gracias. Nos vemos. Adios.